papers, we're going to leave the papers up there. Please check them first, and I'll show you how it's different. Yours is up there, right? Ready to go. And so you stop there and bow at that thing at the tabernacle there. You're right there. So look at the gold tabernacle. There you go. Bow there. There we go. And then.
Can I move this? Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears to his disciples and strengthens their faith.
Slow down just a bit.
Okay.
It's probably because you know it so well. I'm having a hard time understanding. So let's slow down just a teensy bit. Okay.
Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears to his disciples and strengthens their faith through his presence and blessings.
Okay, let's do this and let's follow along here. Let's slow down. Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears to his disciples and strengthens their faith through his presence and blessings. This reminds us that encountering Jesus can transform our lives, giving us the courage and strength to follow him more closely. We also see the importance of recognizing Jesus' presence in our lives and responding to his call. We must be attentive to the ways in which Jesus is present in our daily lives and be willing to respond to our call, even when it requires us to step out of our comfort zones or make sacrifices. May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and strive to live as his faithful disciples. Okay, let's try it again. So nice and slow.
Okay.
It's hard to understand when you get going so fast.
Good morning and
you might follow along.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see...
Hold on, there's a pause. Whenever there's a period or a comma, you have to take a breath.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears to his disciples and strengthens their faith through his presence and blessings.
Okay, so here's a comma. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears. You have really long sentences, and what happens is you're trying to read it real fast, and it's hard to understand. So when there's a comma, take a breath. Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how, okay, see how there's a pause there? Okay, try again.
Good morning and welcome to Mass. In the Gospel today, we see how Jesus appears to his disciples and strengthens their faith through his presence and blessings. This reminds us that encountering Jesus can transform our lives, giving the courage.
Use your finger, that'll help.
Giving us the courage and strength to follow him more closely. We also see the importance of recognizing Jesus' presence in our lives and responding to his call. We must be attentive to the ways in which Jesus is present in our daily lives and be willing to respond to his call. Even when it requires us to step out of our comfort zones or make sacrifices. May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and strive to live as his faithful disciples.
Good. I think it helps to point.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, we'll practice again. Wait, you can head back. So you're going to come up. What you'll do is you'll leave this here. I'm going to show her what to do when she comes up.
Okay.
So you'll step down. You bow to the tabernacle. There you go. And then you're going to go all the way around, although that's going to be crazy today with all this stuff. Because what's going to happen is we're a train and we scoot this way. And when we're done, then we move down. Does that make sense?
Okay,
yeah, get your things. It's going to be funny, interesting for today. Tomorrow we won't have all this stuff. Okay, so she's going to read her introduction, and then everybody stands and we sing the entrance song. And the priest walks in and says good morning, and he talks a little bit, and then everybody sits down for the first time, and that's your clue. That's your turn. So come on up, and I'll be sitting there, so I'll tell you. But just so you know that, and you're going to bow when you come up to the tabernacle. There you go. And then you're going to come on up. Now, hers, it's going to look like this, because she just got done reading. This was her reading. So you can either leave it there. You're going to read from over here. And I don't know if, and they have this here. I don't know if you want to scoot this over like this. You can. You can move this so that it's where you want it to be.
Okay.
And if you've got a lot, so you might use your fingers so you don't lose your place as you're reading.
Okay. A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. After the crippled man had been cured, while Peter and John were still speaking to the people, the priest, the captain of the temple guard, and the Sadducees confronted them, disturbed that they were teaching the people and proclaiming in Jesus the resurrection of the dead. They laid hands on Peter and John and put them in custody until the next day, since it was already evening. But many of those who heard the word came to believe, and the number of men grew to about 5,000. On the next day, their leaders, elders, and scribes were assembled in Jerusalem with Annas the high priest, Caiaphas, John, Alexander, and all who were of the highly priestly class. They brought them into their presence and questioned them, "By what power or by what name have you done this?" Then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, answered them, "Leaders of the people and elders, if we are being examined today about a good deed done to a cripple, namely by what means he was saved, then all of you and the people of Israel should know that it was in the name of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, whom you crucified, whom God raised from the dead. In his name this man stands before you healed. He is the stone rejected by you, the builders, which has become the cornerstone. There is no salvation through anyone else, nor is there any other name under heaven given to the human race by which we are to be saved." The word of the Lord.
Amazing. That was amazing. Leave a little pause here. Okay. So you're going to say, like, given to the human race by which we are saved. And count like 1, 2, 3 in your head, and then the word of the Lord. So good. That was amazing. There was one other thing, but I can't remember what it was. This one, see how this is kind of italicized? That's kind of like, he is the stone rejected by you, the builders, which has become the cornerstone. You can read just a teensy slower there just to emphasize, but if you don't think about it, it's fine. It was very good. Okay, we're going to run through it again, but that was excellent. Excellent. I can tell you practiced that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, try it one more time.
A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. After the crippled man had been cured, while Peter and John were still speaking to the people, the priest, the captain of the temple guard, and the Sadducees confronted them, disturbed that they were teaching the people and proclaiming in Jesus the resurrection of the dead. They laid hands on Peter and John and put them in custody until the next day, since it was already evening.
Yeah, and you can take a little pause there. There's a lot there. There's a long sentences. They laid hands on Peter and John and put them in custody until the next day, since it was already evening. You can kind of change, have a little pause there.
Okay. But many of those who heard the word came to believe, and the number of men grew to about 5,000. On the next day, their leaders, elders, and scribes were assembled in Jerusalem with Annas the high priest, Caiaphas, John, Alexander, and all who were of the high priestly class. They brought them into their presence and questioned them, "By what power or by what name have you done this?" Then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, answered them, "Leaders of the people and elders, if we are being examined today about a good deed done to a cripple, namely by what means he was saved, then all of you and all the people of Israel should know that it was the name of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, whom you crucified, whom God raised from the dead. In his name, this man stands before you healed. He is the stone rejected by you, the builders, which has become the cornerstone. There is no salvation through anyone else, nor is there any other name under heaven given to the human race by which we are to be saved." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to... That's everybody out there, right? You're going to say, thanks be to God. Okay, she's going to say it again. You respond. Do this.
The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Excellent. You guys, we need you out there too. Okay, very nice job. You're going to bow on your way back. She's going to pick up her things quick because then she can go to the other end. And then, so she reads, and then the kids are going to sing over there. They're responsorial kids. I don't know who's doing what. Responsorial psalm people are singing. And then the priest is going to read the gospel. He's going to talk to us. And after his homily, when you know how he walks around out there, Claire and Lucy, are you listening? You know how he walks around and asks questions and he talks or whatever. And if it's Father Still, he'll still stand here. But a lot of times they walk around. Then when they get done talking and walk over to their chair, that's your turn. And I'll let you know when. So you're all going to stand together. All the rest of you with the petitions. The gifts are going to stand at this time, and you're going to the back. Okay, so you guys can head back there, and all of you guys are going to stand together. That's you, Kinsley. Come on, put your stuff down, and you're going to stay together. You move like a train. You all move together. Fingers to heaven. Come on up. Everybody works together. So she's going to come up and bow. Then she comes over, and you're going to bow. And actually, this is going to be up. And then you're going to put it down. Because I think you can do that. What do you think? Excellent. And I wonder if Eva, you think you can put this step up when you're done? We'll practice it next time. Okay, step on up. Okay, it's going to maybe look like this. There's a lot of stuff. He might move this over here. I don't know. Yours is going to be this, your prayers of the faithful. So you're going to reach and get that. Okay, and then you're going to read it, do it so you can read. It's so weird because it has such a shadow.
That the light of Christ's victory over death, nations may work together to overcome violence against all, especially the poor, the weak, and the unborn. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. No arms. Nobody's putting an arm up, okay? They know what to do. Everybody's been here. And the kids don't put it up at the right time anyway. So don't put your arm up. Got it? You guys here with petitions. Usually you see some of these kids did that. We're not putting our arms up. And yesterday, tomorrow, if you practice with Mrs. O'Donnell, you tell her. Mrs. McDaniel said no arms. Okay? No arms go up. Everybody knows, because everybody out there is going to say the response, right? Because you guys are so good out there.
That the leaders of our nations and world may give priority to those with greatest needs. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. That was amazing. Can you read just a little bit louder this time? Can you try it one more time? Can you talk really loud? Act like you have to tell Annie back there, but she doesn't. You don't have a microphone. Just kind of pretend that you have to talk that loud. Okay.
Then that the leaders of our nations and world may give priority to those with great needs.
Greatest.
Lord, hear us.
Good. Don't forget this ending of this word, greatest. That's a suffix. Greatest need. Good job. Lord, did we respond out there?
Lord, hear us.
Good. We're not messing around though. Okay. You may have to move the microphone. We may have to move this down a little bit. And you touch back here. See where this is like that? That's where you touch.
That the church may
boldly and faithfully proclaim the resurrection of Christ
to the
to the
world.
world.
That the church may boldly and faithfully proclaim the resurrection of Christ to the world. Resurrection, that means what? Jesus rose. That's what it means. That's just a fancy word.
Resurrection of
Okay, so try again. Start at the beginning, yep.
That the church may boldly and faithfully proclaim the resurrection of Christ to the world. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. And let's wait till they say, Lord, graciously hear us, okay? Don't get down till everybody says, Lord, because otherwise you're moving while they're responding. I think we need to stay up here when they say, Lord, graciously hear us. Okay, so you step down.
May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and strive to live as his faithful disciples. Lord, hear us.
Stay that way. Face them. This whole time you're gonna face that cross back there. Look, you're gonna face this whole audience. So just keep both feet together. There you go. You did a great job reading. Try it again real loud.
May we continue. Okay. May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and strive to live as his faithful disciples. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Excellent. You're going to step that way. Keep your fingers to heaven up there, just like this. Yeah.
For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Okay, I'll read it and then you can try it. For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us. Okay, now you try it.
For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Okay, pretend you have to tell it to Gianna that's way back there without a microphone, because you got to talk loud. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, talk real loud.
For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Excellent. Read that loud when you do it on Friday.
For the repose.
Oh, you got to use a big voice.
For the repose.
Well, big. You got to tell Gianna way back there.
For the repose of the soul of Thomas DeVore, for whom this Mass is offered. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Okay, can you read it just a little bit louder? Let us know if you can hear back there, Gianna.
For the repose of the soul of Thomas DeVore, for whom this Mass is offered. Lord, hear us.
Did you hear, Justin? Good. Okay. Listen again now. If you can't hear somebody, you let us know, okay? We're going to try it one more time. Step down and walk to the back. And we're going to try one more time. Everybody has to stay hidden back here. Stay right behind the person in front of you.
But they can see me.
Well, they can. Okay, Claire.
That the light of Christ's victory over death, nations may work together to overcome violence against all, especially the poor, the weak, and the unborn. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. You gotta keep it down here. Your voice is coming down.
That the leaders of our nations and world may give priority to those with greatest needs. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. You can hear everybody okay? Good. Okay, this is great.
That the church may boldly and faithfully proclaim the resurrection of Christ to the world. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us.
May we continually May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and to live as his faithful disciples. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. You forgot a couple words in there. Stand on both feet. Use your finger to follow along. Real loud.
May we continually seek to encounter Jesus Christ in our lives and strive to live as his faithful disciples. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us.
For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Okay, you're going to talk that loud the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, let me read it again and then you try. For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us. Okay, we're asking to have more people become priests and sisters. That's what we're saying. We want more people to become priests and sisters. Increase means more. Vocations is what they do with their life, how they spend their life. In the priesthood and consecrated life. This is sisters and brothers that are not priests. But okay, so you're going to read it. For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
For an increase in
Increase.
For an increase.
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 Increase, yeah.
Increase in
Vocations.
vocations to the priesthood and consecrations.
No, consecrated. Look at how there's an ED.
Consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Okay, one more time.
Okay. For an increase in vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life for our church. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Do you hear it back there okay? Okay. I think if you practice tonight, Kinsley, you'll have that in no time. Okay.
For the repose of the soul of Thomas DeVore, for whom this Mass is offered. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. Can you say a little bit louder? Okay.
For the repose of the soul of Thomas DeVore, for whom this Mass is offered. Lord, hear us.
Okay, now this time, last time, real loud.
For the repose of the soul of Thomas DeVore, for whom this Mass is offered. Lord, hear us.
Lord, graciously hear us. You know what? So what happens? Your petition. Somebody came in and had the Mass said for this gentleman who has already died. When we pray for the repose of somebody's soul, we're praying that they're in heaven and that they're doing well, that they're safe in heaven. And so when we say that, somebody had paid for this Mass. They give, I think, $10 or so, but they come in and ask for the Mass to be said for him. So somebody in this church that's going to probably be here tomorrow asked for that. So they're sitting and waiting to hear what you're going to say. They want to hear this name Thomas DeVore because they know that the Mass is for him. So that's why it's really important that they hear that. It'd be kind of like one time when my grandma passed away and people had the Mass said for me, and then they had a petition for her like this. It was so nice to hear her name because I knew the Mass was for her, so I listened. So that's what's really important. We hear it nice and loud from you because somebody in here probably knows who Thomas DeVore is, even if we don't. And all of the petitions are important. What? Yeah, okay, got it? Okay, so then what's going to happen, I forgot to say, she's going to kind of step down right here and face the church, face that chair right here where the priest is. So as soon as she finishes her petition, we're not moving because the priest, he has an ending prayer. That's what he's going to do is, we're saying, will you please listen to our prayers, God? And then he's going to say a follow-up prayer. He's going to say, we really want to pray for these. Please listen to these petitions. So that's why as soon as Isabel gets done, she's going to step down and you face the chair because the priest is standing. I'll show you. He's going to be standing right here in front of this chair. And he's going to say something. He's standing here while you're saying the petitions. As soon as she's done, then you all face this way. He's going to say a prayer. As soon as he gets done with the prayer, then that's Kinsley's turn because you're going to take him back to the pew. Okay? And so you're going to turn and bow at the tabernacle. And then you're going to head back. And then Clara and Eve are all going to sit down. even if you don't have your own stuff. Hold on, Gunner. It's got, who's second? We gotta stay as a train, okay? So, okay, now, then who was after? No, we can leave that down. I think we got it, okay? So everybody files in. Just move down, don't worry about your materials, just move down. All the readers, just come on in. You all just file in. They're gonna scoot down and file in there. Okay, just sit down for a minute. We aren't gonna be here long. Okay, so then after the petition, remember there, you need to get the altar ready for the last. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know who the priest is and what they do, but they're going to, one of them will take, you hold your gift until someone takes it from you. Let's put it that way. Don't offer your stuff. You just hold it like this. And then he's going to take it from you. Does that make sense? And he'll hand one to the server there and he'll take the other one. And I'll do that first. And you know, Father really talks like this. You just stand there while he's talking. Okay? And then if you bow to you or whatever, just wait a minute and you're going to bow. You're really bowing to the altar and the tabernacle. Okay? So here we go. You're going to turn around and go and bow. Okay. Then I think, just come on back to our area. Yeah. Because they're all singing in the choir. We're just going to keep we're just going to stay together with this. You're going to leave her over there. Excellent. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good. We'll practice again tomorrow. Yes. Can you go? Okay, so kids in the choir, she's singing with everybody today, this afternoon after, I think we're going right after recess during the day. You like to go to music? We'll go up here and sing. So, she's gonna practice with everybody, that's the time she can meet with us. But you all practice today, and she'll know about what you guys are doing, I know. Okay, so she'll practice today. Okay, so everybody's gonna pick up their things, we're gonna head back to our classroom. We will, tomorrow, we're coming up for the Divine Mercy service. It's so neat, I don't know if you remember it. Fourth grade does this, and afterwards, we're just gonna stay in the church and we'll go through our next part. Okay, so we'll practice again. Oh, wait a minute, Eva, let's have you put the stool up, let's see if you can do that. Because it's gonna be down for Clara, and then it's gonna be down when you get up there, but as soon as you're done, then see if you can put it up. It's heavy. Yeah, good. You can keep your leg there. That's great. Perfect. Think you can do that? Perfect. Okay, let me move this back to today. I think they put this over here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, I should have another there. All right, everybody pick up your things. Bring all of your